back to my channel. If you guys are new here, welcome to the family. My name is Gina. I am so happy to have you here. Today we're going to be talking about 30 things that you can do that are witchy or spiritual whenever you are bored. And obviously these are just things that I've thought about that I tend to do, but there's obviously an infinite amount of possibilities. So my first one is obviously to read. There's so many different types of spirituality books, self-help, witchcraft books. There's so much information out there. So sitting back and reading an amazing book is just a really good way to pass the time. And it's not just passing the time, you're gaining something valuable out of it. Number two is to take care of your plants. If you have quite a few plants like me, usually it takes up a bit of time. Not only do you have to water your plants, obviously, in terms of extra care, what I actually like to do is I like to go around to my plants that like to collect a lot of dust, especially my ivy. It collects quite a bit of dust and I like to dust off my plants. By doing this, it allows the plants to do their photosynthesis process a lot easier. Another thing I like to do is I like to mist my plants because this increases the humidity, and a lot of plants really like a lot of humidity. Number three is another plant related one. It's to start an herb garden. This is something I plan on doing. Not only will you have fresh herbs for your witchcraft practice, but you'll have fresh herbs to cook with. Number four is to go for a walk in the woods. Obviously it doesn't have to be in the woods, it could just be a walk anywhere, but guys, a walk in the woods is always just so relaxing. You can just live in the moment, admire all the trees, all the green, the critters, the birds, everything. I think it's just an amazing way to spend your time. And if you are a witch like me, you probably like foraging things in the forest. I don't know about you, but if I see like a really cute acorn or a pine cone or a stick or a rock, sometimes I'll pick it up. I think it's important to thank the earth for that item as well. If you do forage for things like acorns, like I have foraged for a few acorns before, which I've used in, you know, different spells and stuff and like decor for the fall, I think it's important to also return that to the earth after. So when you're done with it, don't just throw it out in the garbage, make sure you return it to the earth. Number five is to make a wand, and you can get a stick from a forest. I think it's so fun to just like make your own personal wand. Obviously there's people on the internet that do this. There's people on Instagram, there's people on Etsy, but I think there's something really special about making your own personalized wand. I actually did this myself. I found a stick in the forest when I went on a walk with my mom, and I turned this into my own beautiful magical wand. If you guys are interested in how I did that, I will make sure to put the link below for you guys so you guys can watch that video. Number six, create a grimoire or a book of shadows. There is a bit of a difference between the two of them. I'm not going to explain it right now because this video is going to get way too long, but you can create your own. You can create a digital one, you can create a physical one. There's so many different creators that make handmade grimoires, and I have to say there is this one lady that makes them beautifully on Instagram, and I follow her, and every single time I'm like, I want to get one, but they're a few $100s and I can't afford that right now. I've been like looking at them and I've been signing pictures with my boyfriend, and he's like, you know what, let's just make it ourselves. I don't know when that's gonna happen because it's gonna take some time to collect the materials, the tools, but I do want to do that because I want something that I could really love and like put like a lot of work into and really enjoy. If you want to do a big project like me and it's taken some time, at least make sure you are documenting your process, your witchcraft journey, things like that, because that's stuff that usually you want to put in your book of shadows that you don't want to like lose over time. Number seven, Akashic Records meditation. I have to say I have not been super successful with accessing the Akashic Records yet. It's something I'm trying to work towards, but if you don't know what they are, it's basically the books of like the universe that hold all information about your life, your past lives, your future lives, everyone's information about everything. Basically, to sum it all up, I don't know if that's the best description of it, but you can look into it a little bit more. But there's meditations on YouTube that you can listen to that are gonna help you or supposed to help you access these Akashic Records. Whether or not it works for you, I find they're quite relaxing, and I just like finding meditations on YouTube. Number eight, get your birth chart and decipher it. There are so many different ways you can get your birth chart. There's so many different websites that actually do it for free. You can just look it up. The only things you need to know are your birth date and also the time that you were born to get the most detailed results. If you don't know the time that you were born, I believe you can still do it with your date of birth, but it's not going to be as detailed, so it is good to know that. So maybe if you don't know, ask your mom or dad, see if they remember. It shows how the entire sky, all the planets, the moon, the sun, everything looked the day and the time that you were born. So it's really cool, and then you can learn about how to read it, because let me tell you guys, there's so much to a birth chart. I am currently reading a book. I'm blanking on what it's called. I think it's Astrology Made Easy or something like that. I'll put a picture on the screen for you guys. But basically it walks through how to read your entire chart, and there's also a link in there that tells you like where you can go get your chart created. Obviously there's so many different websites, but this is one way you can do it. It's really fun, guys. You learn a lot about yourself, and I have to say, like, through like reading and deciphering this, I'm like, holy cow, this thing's pretty accurate. Number 9 is to script and visualize what you want. What are your dreams? What are your goals? When I say script, I mean write down in detail everything that you want, like every single detail of what it looks like, how you feel when you have it. Also, you know, when you're visualizing, don't just visualize like what it looks like, but what does it smell like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? Every single detail of this reality that you are trying to create. And I feel like the more you reflect on these things, the more you realize what actions you have to take to get to where you want to go. And that's going to give you more things to do. Number 10 is gratitude journaling. I don't know why I just sang that, but gratitude journaling is just really good to do every single day. I do it daily. Not only if you want to manifest more things, more abundance into your life, but just be grateful because life is great and we have a lot to be grateful for. So taking the time to do this just feels good, and it's just like very uplifting. It's really good for like turning your day around if you're having a bad day. So I highly recommend doing this. Number 11 is to sing mantras. And you might think this is kind of weird. I love to do this though. Sometimes like while I'm cleaning or whatever, I'll put my mantra playlist on, and I love to listen to Sanskrit mantras. And they have ones for various different things. They have ones for different goddesses. They have just mantras that say good things about life, like just things that you want to live by basically. And they put them in these very beautiful songs. There's one that I just love by, let me get my phone because I can't remember what it's called. It's called Adi Shakti by Mantra Girl. By the way, I love Mantra Girl. I listen to a lot of her mantras. I do have a playlist on Spotify, so I'll see if I can link it below. I can't say my list is like very long yet. I do want to get some more in there. But if you guys want to check out what mantras I listen to, I'll leave the link below for you guys. I'll figure it out. I'm very new to Spotify. I had Apple Music for years until like maybe like 2 months ago. Anyways, I love mantras. I feel like they just put you in a good mood. I love listening to them first thing in the morning while I'm getting ready and stuff. Number 12, I have researched the Wheel of the Year. Now the Wheel of the Year are the Wiccan holidays. I'm not Wiccan. Not every witch is Wiccan. Wicca is a religion, but I find it's just really fascinating and interesting to learn about, and I feel like I don't think it's a big problem if you want to celebrate some Wiccan holidays and not be Wiccan. As long as you're obviously paying respect to the religion, the culture and stuff, I think it's okay. My family's always celebrate like Christian holidays and then some Greek Orthodox holidays kind of thing. We're kind of honestly a mix of different things, so I don't mind just mixing in a few things. I think it's really helpful to also further your witchcraft practice. So for example, like Samhain is around Halloween. While I also celebrated Halloween, I celebrated a few things for Samhain. Take the time to maybe learn a little bit about the Wheel of the Year, and maybe take the time to see, you know, what holiday is coming up next. Number 13 is do some yoga. And yoga can be for anyone. You don't have to be super flexible. You don't have to be in crazy amazing shape. I feel like a lot of yoga pages kind of promote that and make it look like that, but yoga can be for anyone. And my favorite YouTube channel to go to for yoga is Yoga with Adriene. She's amazing. She literally has yoga for everything. She has like lower back yoga. She has like yoga for PMS. She has yoga for depression, yoga for anxiety, yoga for like every single thing. So depending on where you're at mentally, physically that day, there is a yoga routine for you. And she also tells you different like versions of like positions. So if something is too hard on your body or too difficult to advance for you, she gives you different alternatives. So I think it's just an amazing, amazing YouTube channel. I absolutely love her. And I think yoga is just a really good, healthy way to spend your time. Number 14 is spiritual movement. And if you're wondering what this means, I mean just moving and dancing in whatever way you feel intuitively called to do. Put some music on and just move. Nothing choreographed. It's not a dance routine. You don't have to learn anything. Just move. Just flow. It just really helps you to connect to that divine feminine energy. It's really good for creativity. Also, there is a YouTube channel that I found recently that does this. Like she literally just flows, and she does different ones. She does like balance your sacral chakra, balance this chakra. And basically she just gets on camera with some music and she just flows. She just dances and you just dance with her. Like there's nothing to learn. It's just an extra person person to kind of dance with, which is cool because sometimes I feel like if you're just alone at home, it can be a little bit lonely. I don't know, some people might prefer to dance alone. I prefer to be in a group of people and just feel the energy. I think it's just so amazing. I feel like it's really cool to have this channel. So I think she was amazing. I watched a few of her videos and I loved the experience. Number 15 is to have a spiritual bath. Obviously this is something that you might want to do on a like cooler day, not a super hot day, with some oils, light some candles, put some crystals around it, some rose petals, other flowers. You know, you can get your bath tea going, you get some Epsom salt, Himalayan salt, whatever you're feeling. Just give yourself a really relaxing, beautiful bath. I often like to pair this with a podcast or some relaxing music. Do whatever speaks to you. But yes, having a really nice relaxing bath is just a beautiful way to spend your time. And like if you're stressed out, this is a really good way to like de-stress, you know? Number 16, give yourself a tarot or an oracle reading. Obviously, we're witchy, spiritual people. We love our decks. What better way to spend your time than using your decks? If you are in a rut and you feel like you're very much stuck and you just don't know what to ask and you don't know what to do, I think this is a perfect time to start to use spreads. There's so many different spreads for the different times of year. Is it a full moon? Is it a new moon? What season is it? Type that into Pinterest. Honestly, you can get so many different types of spreads to work with. And then don't just stop there. Take it one step further and journal it into a tarot journal. Number 17 is have a cup of tea and listen to a podcast. This is one of my favorite things to do. You can do it inside, you can do it outside. I love to do this on the porch. I just get my cup of tea, I sit in a comfy chair, and I listen to my podcast on the porch while I can also admire the beautiful sunny day and watch the birds do their thing. It's just amazing. A really nice, relaxing way to spend your day. Be present, relax, drink your tea, and listen to the podcast. I think it's just a really good practice for practicing presence, basically. Number 18 is self-massage. You guys may think I'm weird, but I love massaging myself. Especially like right here. I feel like I get tense right here all the time from looking down at my computer for work or for editing videos, or if we're on our phone, we're looking down, we're always looking down. So taking the time to just like give yourself a self-massage, or even if you're like sitting cross-legged, you can like massage the inner part of your feet. May seem weird, but I first saw the self-massage, you know, I've always done this, but I saw like the foot massage thing when I was watching a Yoga with Adriene video, and she gives herself a foot massage. Like, I wish I could go for a massage, but I can't be spending that money. But you can give yourself a massage, so why not? Number 19 is to connect to your inner child. Now, everyone has an inner child, and I love to emphasize the fact that I don't think we ever really truly grow up. The idea of growing up is just a construct by society. We grow up because we have adult responsibilities. We are expected to pay our taxes, pay our bills, go to work. We are forced to grow up because our society says so. But deep down, we're all really children. You feel a bit different, but at the same time, you don't feel different at all. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like yesterday I was playing with Barbies and making things with my Easy Bake Oven. Actually, it wasn't very long ago that I actually used my Easy Bake Oven because I pulled it out like maybe about a month ago, and I was playing some, you know, Easy Bake Roulette, as my brother called it, because those packets had been sitting in there for a long time. But I'm like, let's just make them. Most of them actually weren't that bad. The brownies were actually pretty good. There was one cookie mix that was a little questionable, but it was still enjoyable. My point is to take the time to be a kid again, whether that is coloring, whether that is making a puzzle, building with Lego, jump rope. I did jump rope and hula hooping and pogo sticking with my mom the other day. We had a really good time. It was beautiful out. Actually, I got like 2 jumps on the pogo stick. I suck at that, but my mom is amazing at pogoing. She's so good at it. Be a kid. Do something fun. Do something that you loved as a kid that you always like want to do, but you feel ashamed of it. No, you have every right to do what you want to do. Have fun. Life is too short to not enjoy it, to not enjoy these little things that just bring us joy. Number 20, clean your space. Now, some of you may be like, Dina, I'm bored, but I'm not that bored. I don't want to clean. Cleaning is so much fun, guys. I don't know about you guys. I love cleaning. I find it's just really relaxing. I love to clean my space when I have the time to do that. I try to do it as often as possible. Take the time to dust your shelves, dust your belongings, treat them with some love and respect. You know, vacuum your room, change your bed sheets, organize your shelf, organize your altar, change it around, maybe give it a little bit of a sprucing up. What's the season? You want to change your altar for your season? season. I don't exactly have like a permanent altar, but I do have shelves that I like to periodically move around, you know, freshen up, cleanse your space spiritually as well. Take the time to do that because it makes you feel good. 21, paint a picture or draw if you want. But when I say this, I mean like don't be critical, don't overplan it, just do it. Like just get some paints, a piece of paper, and just paint. Like you would as a kid when you wouldn't overthink things, when you weren't like criticize it, like don't judge it, don't have any expectations. That's the key to it. Go in with zero expectations, just paint because you feel like painting, just paint because you want to be creative and have fun. And then it's just such a more enjoyable and relaxing experience. I am so thirsty, I've been talking for so long. Number 22 is to bake something. Obviously, you shouldn't bake something every single time you're bored because you're probably gonna just like eat too many sweets. But take the time to bake something every now and then. And one of my favorite recipes to make is this blueberry breakfast bar. It is absolutely delicious, especially if you get some fresh blueberries. I know fresh blueberries aren't always affordable all year round, but if they are, then take the time to make it with fresh blueberries, guys. It is so amazing. And you can make it fairly healthy. I tend to cut back on the sugar in recipes most of the time. I don't put the entire amount of sugar. So yeah, I'll put the recipe that I used for the blueberry breakfast bar below for you guys if you guys want to try that out. I just got it off of Pinterest. It is so good and I need to make it again soon. Number 23 is to study something new or study something that you feel like you need more practice on. What do you want to learn more about in your witchcraft journey? What do you want to learn more spiritually about yourself? What do you want to learn more about, period? It could be like, oh, you want to learn to draw. Oh, do you want to learn the piano? Whatever it is, honestly, what are some things that you've always wanted to know how to do? Take the time to learn that. Honestly, YouTube has a lot of free tutorials, so you can just do that. Number 24 is to take some time to pamper yourself, show yourself some extra self-love, and you know, do a face mask, do a hair mask, exfoliate your entire body. Like, why the heck not? If you have the time, take the time to take an extra long shower to exfoliate your entire body. Give yourself a really good moisturize, like moisturize everywhere. 25, make a self-love jar spell. If you guys have watched my video, then you guys know what I'm talking about. If you guys have not watched this video, I will link it for you guys in the description box below. You can see a picture right here. I made a self-love jar spell and it's just really, really good for helping you to love yourself. It's amazing for putting that energy out there that you are gonna love yourself more, that you're gonna treat yourself with more respect, that you're gonna appreciate yourself more. It's just a really powerful way to do that. So I think this is just a very simple spell. It is really good for beginner witches. Number 26, join an online witchcraft community. Guys, there are so many, and if you feel alone, do not worry, there's so many out there. I do want to get more of a community going on here for you guys. I love the community that we're growing, but I feel like I want to have a way for us to communicate more. So let me know what you guys think. I do want to eventually in the future get like maybe a Discord or something going, but there are so many Discords out there for witchcraft communities. Also, there are so many Facebook groups. Like I'm currently in a Facebook group for witches. There's so many, guys. So just look up witchcraft groups on Facebook and you're guaranteed to find one. You might find one that's in like your local area, or you might find one that's just literally a bunch of people around the world that come together to share things together to help each other. It's really cool and it's really helpful, especially if you have any questions, if you are a new witch. It's nice to connect with some other people online. Number 27 is to create your own spell. Have you ever tried to create your own spell? Then maybe this is the time to do that. Obviously, you want to do a little bit of research first, look in your witchcraft books. You want to have a purpose first. So what is it you're trying to achieve with the spell? Do some research. For example, maybe you want to make a spell for protection. The first thing I would start off is Googling protection spells, researching protection spells, then use that as a template to create your own spell. You don't have to follow it to a T. The intention is what is most important about making a spell. So you have the intention, so now you just have to create the ritual. What ingredients are you going to use? Why are you using them is like the most important part, not necessarily what you're using, but why you're using them. Also, like, what does the ritual entail? Like, do you have to light a candle? Do you have to chant something? Do you have to write something down? Do you have to do a dance? I don't know, whatever it is. Like, what does your ritual for this spell entail? How are you cleansing your space before you're doing this spell? There's different things to think about and consider when you're creating your own spell, but once you're done, and if you have success with it, then that's amazing. You've created a successful spell that you can continue to use. Maybe you want to share with other people. Taking the time to make your own spells can be a lot of fun, and obviously, again, you want to do things safely, so do your research, but at the same time, there is a lot of freedom there for making your own spell. So number 28 isn't something that you should maybe do all the time, but it's a lot of fun, and something I like to do is binge watch witchcraft videos on YouTube. Some days I'm just really in the mood to binge watch witchcraft videos, and I like to do this because you learn about other people's practices. You learn a lot from other people. Like, there's so many people that have been in the witchcraft world a lot longer than I have, and I like to learn from people that are a little bit more experienced. It's really, really helpful. Some of the people that I love to watch in my spare time are Hearth Witch. She's honestly so helpful for clearing up common misconceptions and myths about witchcraft. She's just very, very informative about so many different topics. She's been around for a long time on YouTube, and she's been a witch for a very long time, so she has a lot of experience. She has a lot of helpful information to share, so I highly recommend her if you haven't checked her out yet. I also love watching The Witch of Wonderlust. She makes some beautiful videos. I love her personality. I learn a lot from her channel too, as well as The Green Witch. She's just amazing. She has this beautiful aesthetic about her videos. So I love to take the time to do this in my spare time. If there's a topic I'm kind of unsure about, I want to learn a little bit more about. I try to be a little bit more productive with my time than just binging all the time, but sometimes it's okay to have a lazy day and just binge watch witchcraft videos on YouTube. It's a lot of fun. Number 29, if the weather and the sky allows it, then stargaze. I love stargazing. I don't know about you guys, but I love looking at the night sky, looking at the different stars. I love looking at the moon, especially if it's a full moon. It's just so exciting to look at. There are actually apps that you can use to find different constellations too, so this could be something fun that you can do. Some people might be sleeping, but maybe some people are night owls and they're staying up and they don't know what to do with themselves. Then instead of just lying in bed watching shows, then maybe take the time to go outside and watch the stars. Number 30 is to have a bonfire. Again, this is like more usually an evening type activity. Obviously do this if it is safe where you live or wherever you are to have a bonfire. Make sure it's legal, but having a bonfire is just, I feel like it's just spiritual in itself. I think they're just mesmerizing to look at, like just really hypnotizing and relaxing just to stare into the flame. You can also do a burning ritual with your bonfire. If you don't want to have an entire bonfire, you can use a little cauldron. They're so easy to use. Also, if you guys have not checked out my burning ritual video, highly recommend doing that. That's another thing you can do with your spare time. It's really helpful to let go of things that do not serve you, whether they are limiting beliefs, whether they are grudges that you hold against people. Oh my goodness, I'm losing my voice. Whatever it may be that you need to let go of, this is a very powerful way to do it. So make sure you guys check out that video. Again, I will link that in the description box below. I have a lot of things to link, but there's lots of resources and things for you guys to check out down there. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to hit that like button if you have not already. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you want to see more spiritual, witchy, self-help type videos. I love to make these videos for you guys. I have so much fun doing it. I put up new videos every single week, and I don't want you guys to miss out, so hit that bell notification to let you know when I've uploaded new videos. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. If you guys made it to the end of this video, you are amazing. Thank you so much. I love talking with all you guys so much. It's just so fun. I'm having so much fun, honestly. So thank you again. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.